Nick and Alandria feel fake. These men low-key the one gossiping more than the girls. Huda ruined the season. Shelley's was never scamming. Ace was never mean to Maya. Everyone deserved a good slap. Huda gives me Krishan Rock vibes. Alandria and Taylor never had chemistry. You're the ones being the mean girls. Alandria and Shelley did nothing wrong. Well, Huda fans ruin the show and are equally barbs. I can't handle all that. A Love Island themed birthday party. He was in her likes.
Oh, we don't want to.
Rip me out the plastic, I've been naked.
Ew!
I'm trying to make it just one. Oh, what? It's a boy. Oh my gosh, it's a boy.
Shit.
What the fuck? Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
Hurricane Huda in the villa. Ace's little meat rider is crazy. I'm at Amy. Can I have a chat with you? Hi to those choosing to watch my video. As you can tell by the title, we are doing a juicy video. I'm going to be reading some of you guys' hot takes and opinions after Season 7 of Love Island USA finale. Because a lot of you guys have a lot to say, and so do I. So I am going to be talking about my own personal hot takes and opinions that I felt like weren't really mentioned in the comment section. I do just want to add real quick, whether it's these random people's comments or mine, it's never okay to hate people, send death threats. These people aren't bad people. Have they made mistakes? Could they have gone about things differently? Yes, 100%. But we're all human. We don't know these people personally, okay? So the unnecessary hate and bullying is never okay, and that's not what this video is for either. You're 100% entitled to your own opinions. Doesn't mean you're necessarily right or wrong. By all means, speak your mind, but be respectful and classy. Also, I had to show you guys real quick because it does look like I'm naked. Stay until the very end of this video because I will be reacting to some of my favorite TikToks and reaction memes from this season specifically. Because there is so much and they're so funny. But before we get into these comments, be sure to like and subscribe. We gotta support our small content girlies out here. I'm trying to be more consistent, but without further ado, let's get into these comments. Let's get into you guys' comments first. With my iPad, Nick and Alandria feel fake. See, I want to talk about this one because I don't know why, but for the longest time throughout this season, I was very much that person where I'm like, oh, it just feels forced. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely attraction there, like, no doubt about it. But it's like, they never really explored more in depth aside just from being attracted to one another. I do think it's like one-sided very much. Nick, you can tell, is feeling her. I mean, you can tell, you can see it in his eyes. But Alandria, I think, I feel like Alandria, because she ended up having no choice but to kind of stick around Nick, she settled in a way. I mean, hey, I could be wrong though, but that's just how I took it. I'm like, I feel like she's settling. I feel like, you know, that's not really like her vibe, and that's fine though. Sometimes you gotta go towards something that isn't. I mean, they're kind of growing on me, but I wouldn't say it's fake. I definitely think I truly am someone who thinks it is forced a little bit. Because literally at first, when they tried to explore, when they first were going to get dumped off during Casa, Alandria full on was like, yeah, like, you know, we're friends. We're friends. I didn't feel nothing when we kissed.
After we kissed, I can better off just, you know how we were.
So, I think y'all are forgetting that. Nick, though, on the other hand, like, yeah, smitten. And I don't blame him. Like, to follow up with that one, this talks more about Nick and Alandria, and it says, people who believed Nick and Alandria were always friends and faking it and were never going to end up together are generally not intelligent or below average intelligence. Girl, it's just, that's how we all perceive things, right? Some of us can read a room, read body language, some not as much, some can be oblivious. And both could be wrong, you know what I mean? Like, no one's really right or wrong in this. Like, we're not them, so we don't entirely know. We just take it on how we personally have gone about things or feel about things. I mean, maybe it is blossoming into a friends and lovers thing, you know? I live for that, so we'll see. Give it time, guys. I feel like it's too early to really decide that right away for them. It seems like people are waiting for an opportunity to hate Shelley and Alandria, and Andrea. 2, Huda fans are ignoring what Chris said about the countdown or dismissing it. 3, Taylor getting saved and closed off just to get voted off was stupid. 4, Ace and Shelly deserve first place, and Huda and Chris should have went home that dinner night. There's like 4 in one comment. A lot of people actually were like all about Olandria, Shelly, and all the girlies, I think, until they got like this mean girl cliquey vibe, which even I did for like 1 or 2 episodes, which like I wasn't fucking with, but that doesn't mean that like they deserve hate. Have they made mistakes? Have they done things, said things? Yes. But I think we can all agree that none of these people are bad people. I don't think people were waiting to hate on them. I just think it's like, you know, ups and downs on your favorite Islanders on the show, I guess. You know what I mean? Huda was like, I'm gonna count to 3. If you don't cuddle me, I'm gonna be mad at you. You know, it's a little questionable. That's like a very touchy topic because for people who've been through something like that, whether it was a kid recently or even now. So yes, we can all agree that she shouldn't have done that, honestly. Like, why are we counting down? Just let that man go to bed. Go find you a man who's gonna cuddle with you and not have to do all that. Okay? 3, Taylor getting saved and closed off just to get voted off. Yes. Yes, I'm glad someone spoke on this because this season specifically, I think people were forgetting the plot of what Love Island is for. People were treating it like it's Friend Island, but not Love Island. The people who are willing to be closed off with someone get eliminated immediately. It's like we want the stable people and who are actually like ready to be closed off. That I'll agree with. I wasn't starting to like Taylor for a bit, but then I was like, you know what? Maybe I do like Taylor and Clark. I think they do vibe better. Yeah, I do agree Ace and Shelly should have made the top 4 just because they also were closed off too. And Chris and Huda, you know, at least they're keeping it real and not putting up a front just for money. You know, a lot of people do wish that Shelly and Ace replaced them. I was personally shocked that they replaced at least Iris and Pepe though. That's my thing. Then someone said, hot takes, and it's just the same Huda hate we've been seeing all season. Damn, like, give it up. Huda this, Huda that. Y'all just actually love her. The hate is forced, and the hate is unnecessary. She's just that girl if you're talking so much about her. I'm not defending everything she said or done, though. Like, they've all had their fair share of things that I can't back you up for, girl. But yeah, the hate is so unnecessary. Also, I keep playing with my hair to make sure you guys see that I am clothed. Okay, I'm not butt-ass naked. It's really interesting to see who gets backlash from the show, and it is continually women of color. I'm not saying some of them don't deserve to be held accountable. I'm talking about harassment. While white men, like Austin and Nick, get their racism and ignorance brushed off. Don't get me started on people loving Nick but hating Taylor, when they basically did the same thing. It is for sure a continuous thing. I mean, not even just on the show, it's just anywhere. So harassment, hating is never okay, and like race shouldn't be a part of it ever, because like everyone here is fucking stunning. So I'll be damned if y'all some racists watching the show. Like, don't even. It's a real world thing, unfortunately, and it still happens. It shouldn't. I'm trying to think how Nick was the same as Taylor in this situation. Are they talking about because he ended up being with Olandria? Y'all did your digging more than the Love Island producers, clearly. To follow up on that, it says all of the women are getting a lot of hate when a lot of men in the season did almost all the same things or worse, but are not getting the same social repercussions. So that kind of is a little bit in relations to like what the end of the previous comment was. And yes, and that's because it's mainly women watching this show, and unfortunately there's just a lot of women who are envious, male-centered, and want male validation, and yeah. I'm not one of them, okay? I hold these men accountable. Putting these men in check, putting them in their places, because they were just as bad. They had their moments. If Huda didn't get that many followers, I don't think the cast would say nice things about her. Ow! Huda even said on Call Her Daddy that she's noticed a lot of people, a lot of the cast members are acting a little more nicer than usual to her. Which could be genuine or could be in relations to the followers and the fans. Yeah, it's a 50-50 if they're genuinely just like, I want to be cool with you, or if they're like, okay, like, I gotta be cordial with her because so many people love her. The hate bordering harassment Huda got was insane. Everyone needs to go touch grass. It was insane to send death threats, but disliking her is absolutely valid. Someone responded to that comment and said that. These are human beings who are being vulnerable and on live television and willing to be on live television knowing that this is a possibility because they don't know what's being shown, what's not being shown. If I might not agree with someone and they might not be my favorite character, you won't see me going to lengths to be so negative and hateful towards someone. What is wrong with you guys? See, here the Huda comments are starting to catch up. Huda is a queen and people who don't agree clearly haven't watched the show. She is that girl. She is that girl. Body tea, face tea, and she kept it real through and through. And some people want to hold that back from who they really are because they know they're on TV and because they don't want people to dislike them. But she clearly didn't care because she was like her true authentic self, and you can't be mad at that. To follow up, it said a lot of people are nitpicking at Huda. I think y'all just want to focus on Huda because she was the most real with her emotions. And other people kind of just very nonchalant and kept it to themselves. Which nothing's wrong with that, I guess. I don't know why everyone's just picking on Huda. I swear it's because she just looks good. I'm telling you. Well, that could be partially why people just don't like her because she looks good. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to seem like I'm 100% defender because, girl, you definitely have some healing. And she took accountability for. Y'all only bash the women like this and not the men because a lot of y'all are male-centered. Like I said, none of the women deserved the amount of hate they received while the men didn't receive half of that, and they were the ones who started shit as well. Thank you. I should have read this one when I was speaking on this because that is so true. Some of these men were the ones stirring the pot. They were the ones that were sending messages and yipping and yapping to all their friends, and it was all just traveling everywhere like flies. These men low-key the one gossiping more than the girls. Austin reposted MAGA shit. Nick said the C slur, but yet Sierra's the only one who got kicked off. Yulissa did too, but we don't even speak of her because she was like too early in the season, focusing on like the later part of the season. I knew about Austin with all that because I saw that was resurfacing, which I was like, okay. But Nick, I haven't seen anything about that. I'm gonna have to like deep dive to find that because I'm like, really? Yeah, that's some weird shit. I mean, listen guys, if we're gonna be honest, even though like I don't like it either, but it's like as long as it's not offensive shit and it's just they're standing to be Republican, people can't kick them off for where they stand politically. Maybe it was racist stuff, which I'm assuming is, which like yes, I was genuinely surprised they took Sierra off. I didn't think they were going to because like they were deeper into the season. Good for them, you know, like it's the consequences of your actions, even if it was years ago or like the other day. No one deserves special treatment, especially with stuff like that. After this season specifically, the Love Island producers definitely, I think, are like, yeah, we need to do like deep diving background checks now. Huda ruined this season. Now, you may not agree with things that she said, I keep saying this, but she was meant for reality TV. You guys can't deny that. She made it entertaining. You know, she went all in with challenges. She was her true authentic self. She didn't put up a front or nothing. She made it dramatic. She made a lot of clips. Made y'all talk about something, which was her half the time. I'm sorry, but I strongly disagree with that comment if I'm being honest. Ace was never mean to Maya. Shelly was never a mean girl. Ace was never scamming. And they deserve to win. Ace was never mean to Maya? Were we watching the same show? Like, it's one thing to have your boundaries, but the way he went about things and the way he, like, treated her, even though he chose her and wanted to couple up with her? Like, y'all are forgetting he chose her to couple up with her, which shows that you have interest in her. But the second he coupled up with her, he had all these conversations, rules for her, and pretty much was like, hey, you can't really be yourself because it's not for me. With Shelly, he didn't need to have that conversation. That's why I'm still confused why he didn't choose Shelly from the get-go. Because it's like, you're talking about, oh, don't call me babe, I don't like being touchy right off the bat, but like, Shelly, you pull up on her right away. He definitely didn't go about things the right way. And it was a little disrespectful. It really was. Shelly was never a mean girl. Listen, guys, no one's saying that they're overall mean girls, but did they have their mean girl moments? 100%. And they had their shady comments and looks and conversations about someone that wasn't in the conversation. The entire season, was she? No, but like, you know, though, that like 1 or 2 episodes, I'm sorry, I was giving like mean girl. Shelly's was never scamming. They deserve to win. I do agree they should have been in the top 4 for being closed off and sticking through the entire season pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of joined the bandwagon of them scamming after I saw the receipts. I mean, they made it known when they went on Love Island that like they knew of each other from a club interaction. But I guess like they would like and comment on each other's posts back then, so it was just like it seemed a little too personal and not just like a one-time encounter. Like y'all followed and liked each other's stuff, so it was like that's what kind of gave off like, oh, y'all scamming, trying to win for money. Throughout time though, we were proven wrong on that. I think the discourse around the season is how I know most people watching don't want reality TV or Love Island in general. They would literally hate the cast of 90 Day Fiancé or Love Island UK. Thank you, because I was waiting till I would find this comment because I'm like, thank you. Because a lot of people who are just now getting into Love Island, whether it's this season or last season, y'all don't know nothing. You think that was bad? Girl, I've been watching since UK before USA was even like a thing. Girl, you don't even know the half of it and how bad it actually gets. Go catch up UK all the way through, okay? Then we can talk. And, you know, reality TV shows aren't for everyone. It's not your cup of tea, like Amaya Papaya said. Some of us like drama because we don't want to be in drama. We'll watch it though. They hated when people wouldn't explore, and when they did end up exploring, they'd still be mad. I was so confused the entire show. Yeah, I mean, that honestly happens pretty much every season, if I'm being honest. But this season specifically, like, yes, everyone was like holding everyone by a leash, kind of. But not even. It was only some people. But other people, like, they weren't even willing to hold certain people on a leash. They were just running around. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know which ball to catch out of the toy basket. Why am I making metaphors like Maya? That's the whole point of the show, though, is to like keep your options open early on, get to know everyone as much as possible, and then choose. I don't know if people are gonna think that's a damn vape. I don't vape. This is my lip gloss, just in case I need to reapply. Everyone deserved a good slap. Okay? A good, like, wake the fuck up. What are we doing? I don't agree with it, but this comment was so funny. Huda gives me Krishan Rock vibes. What? What do you mean? What? How? I feel like she was the complete opposite. Very in her feelings and emotional, and well, I guess Krishan Rock had her moments like that, but what do you mean? Is it just because she's like kind of intimidating? Like, I want to know specifically, like, her actions, certain things she said, how she went about things. Only 3 people were there for love, and Huda and Maya were 2 of them. Interesting. I do agree that Huda and Amaya there were for love. I mean, it proves y'all wrong if you think differently, because if that were the case, she would have stuck through with Chris and acted like everything was fine up until the finale. And Amaya, like, she literally wore her heart on her sleeve the entire time. And anyone who thinks differently about Amaya, like, last season was better. Everyone's gonna have their favorite seasons. Do I think last season was more stable in coupling? Yeah. But this season was just as entertaining, and you guys, you can't deny that. You can't deny that. Nobody on this season is a bad person, just people who all feel differently and react differently, and that's okay. We're not talking about Sierra. But people make mistakes and are who they are, and they will grow without us telling them to. Beautifully said. Yeah, I've been saying this. They're not bad people. They're all just human who make mistakes and who are being vulnerable. especially with like hundreds and thousands and millions of people throughout the world on television. No one is perfect on this show. You might realize on the show that, hey, maybe I need some more healing. Maybe I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Learn more about themselves and who they want and who they are. It's about just experiencing things, and you learn what you want and need and deserve throughout your experiencing of dating. That's the whole point of dating. Everyone who is on the stand sides is delusional. God forbid people be human and act human. There's no reason to be putting these people on pedestals. They're literally reality TV show contestants. All the stands need to get a grip and touch grass. Some viewers are taking things a bit too far, more than the contestants feel. I think some of y'all are digging a little too deep. So I'm sorry, they're not your friends. Olandria and Taylor never had chemistry. Never, I feel like, is a stretch. They definitely had something. It wasn't strong and 100% compatible on both sides. They tried though, they did. I feel like Olandria was like Nick in their couple, how Nick is with Olandria now. She was the Nick to Taylor, the one that was more interested in Taylor, did more of the work and effort and made that known versus Taylor. That's the point of the show. Was it kind of like messed up? Yeah, like I can only imagine that hurt. Pull someone else for a chat and you go about your day. Iris and Pepe got the Leah and Miguel edit. Production barely showed them and it looked purely physical to a lot of people. But their interviews showed they cared for each other as best friends and had feelings for each other since they came in together. I do agree that maybe they just weren't shown enough where it came off boring, and that's why a lot of people weren't voting for them. I even was someone, I just felt like it wasn't all there, like how Pepe was with Hannah and how Iris was with TJ. We can't be acting like we know everything, because these islanders end up saying in interviews that a lot of stuff gets cut and not everything is shown. Some couples are more entertaining, so they kind of gravitate towards them more for screen time, and so maybe that's what it was for Iris and Pepe. I don't know, I wasn't really like full on board with them, but who knows, they might grow on us and they might actually like become stronger outside of the villa versus in. We don't get shown everything. The fans having fan wars is what ruined the season. Not Huda, not Shelly, not Olandria, but the fans. Stand up. You're the ones being the mean girls, not the girls in the villa. Okay? Calm down, please. I'm still shocked by how many people are like so hateful. Olandria and Shelly did nothing wrong. Well, I think they all had a fair share of doing things wrong and going about things wrong. Me. I think we all sing. Olandria could have kept things to herself and not share other people's business before they got to say it. Shelly could have communicated better to the girlies. That's the thing that pissed me off too. Like, the communication and vulnerability and accountability lacked this season. Like, y'all pissing me off. I don't like when girls don't blame the men and hold them accountable for certain things, and it's just the women that they're hating and not talking to. This is a little bit of a longer one. Ace was accusing Jeremiah of love bombing, but that's what he was doing to Shelly since day one. He was set on her, did the crazy dates and gestures, and only been set on her since day one. Only picked Amaya that one time so he wouldn't get called out for having tunnel vision, but even Amaya knew he didn't like her. Ace was projecting with the whole Jeremiah situation and sent him home for doing exactly what he was doing. Y'all switched up on Ace so quick. I'm not gonna deny, he's funny. Even seeing the clips of his lives with people, the dancing ones, there were things that he said and how he went about things. I'm like, why are you acting like a girl right now with all this drama? Stirring the pot. Ace had to hop on his stool to reach the pot and stir it. Yeah, no, especially with the Maya thing, like, that was weird as fuck. I'm like, who is this person? This is not the same person as he is with Shelly. He knew what Jeremiah was doing because he's done that shit. Just wanted to point someone else doing it so he could seem like the better person, maybe. So many people were hating on Jeremiah and Huda for kind of, in a way, being close off but not saying it. Ace technically did the same thing with Shelly, I guess, but nobody was saying that about them. Huda fans ruin the show and are equally barbs.
Oh, excuse me?
Y'all make it seem like that's Huda's doing. Like, she's telling them to do that shit. But to say equally to Barb's is crazy. I mean, I guess some. A lot of these people have a fair share of those fans that go a little overboard for sure. Shelly being upset once throughout the whole season should have not been a big deal as it was. Huda flipped out so often, but no one blinks an eye. I think everyone was just being held accountable for their mistakes and how they did things that weren't necessarily looking too good. Does that mean to like drag it out? No. They all made mistakes. Some things they didn't really even notice themselves because they're in the villa. But everyone had a right to feel how they felt on how they were being treated by each other. If we all communicated with each other to squash what's going on, then things, would go differently. If Huda was a man, she wouldn't have as many supporters and would have been removed a while ago. And production is low-key the real villain. They don't care. They're creating chaos. They're creating drama through their editing and through what they put in. That's their job, y'all. They're like the tea pages on TikTok, trying to stir the pot. They're trying to make it entertaining and messy for us. Sometimes they make situations look like way worse than they actually are. At least that's like what people in the villa are saying during interviews. I know a lot of it is Huda, but it's just like, that's what a lot of y'all wanted to talk about. I strongly believe that Huda had no reason to be at the finale. During the time of voting for the finale, Chris and Huda did not have a good relationship. But the hood rats still voted for Huda because they are brainwashed. Shaylace, who actually has a good and strong connection, should have been at the finale. This is kind of similar to another comment, honestly. Like, yes, they should have been the top 4. I liked Chris and Huda originally and how they went about things, but the longer they got to know each other, they weren't willing to see eye to eye on a lot of their differences and more stuck on their, well, this is how I feel, and not so much on how the other person feels. And once that happens, that's what kind of made me realize, that's not gonna last. They're not as compatible. If you're not willing to admit your flaws and work on them for someone, then that's not the person that they want to be with. All the votings, keep in mind, happened before a certain episode comes out. When people voted for Chris and Huda, it was like rightfully so, like they were cute, but then next episode, it's like it has slip up moments and you're like, oh, the voting is kind of off with timing, and then of course something happens after when you vote. If that's who you ship, that's who you ship, and that's who you pick. They were very rocky, wishy-washy, but that's how you know it was real. For breaking it off right to the finale was crazy, but at least they were honest about it and they didn't portray any other way, so I give them respect for that at least. I didn't screenshot it, but someone mentioned something to do with pretty privilege. Do some people get dismissed because they're pretty? Yes, because that literally happens in the real world, not just on TV shows. It's social media, just all around. People could say the worst things, do the worst things, but if someone thinks they're attractive, that's all they really care about, and all they're talking about is just their looks. They kind of get away with a lot of things, especially people who should be canceled. Some people just like people because they're pretty. They don't care about their wrongdoings. I do agree with pretty privilege. Letting their pretty privilege kind of take over shitty things they did or said. Those are the ones I'm just going to stick with, and now I'm going to speak on the ones that I have to talk about. But I do appreciate everyone who was being active on this post. I think it's still even active. I want to talk about Bella who was I think the first girl to get voted off. I loved her. I thought she was cute, face card, stunning. And I have respect for her for having her boundaries be known and having morals. I think that's also one of the reasons why nobody was really exploring her, because maybe they viewed her as too innocent because she wasn't all about making out right away with people. Hookup culture is so normalized, which I hate. Oh, you don't want to make out with someone? She wants to take things slow before she gets sexual with someone. And I respect her for sticking that through. Charlie was a gentleman who picked up on that and kissed her on the cheek when he first arrived. I was like, okay, he get points for that. When she started showing, only being sexual towards Nick, that's the only time he really showed interest towards her. Y'all remember that? I know it was earlier in the season, but I sure didn't forget. I felt like she should have stayed longer, but I do think the Islanders, as well as the producers, probably wanted her out as soon as possible because she wasn't all down about kissing everyone in the villa. But you also have to take into account that's what Love Island is. You have to expect that that's what's expected I'm sure they're not gonna force you to kiss people, but I think you have to like be on board with that to be on the show. So maybe that's why she was one of the first people to go. I truly feel like Nick should have picked her over Sierra, but then we wouldn't have gotten Amaya at the time that we did. So I guess it all worked out. She decided her last challenge, and I think her last episode there, she was like, you know what, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna make out with all these boys, including Nick. And someone sucked on her lip too hard where she got a bruise right here, and people thought it was makeup because she had her blue eyebrows, but no, that was a bruise. And she still didn't get chosen. I thought she was funny too. Austin being there longer than he needed to. He didn't give us anything. I don't even think he got anywhere to a romantic level with anyone he was coupled up with. He was so infatuated with Shelly for so long, when it's like, girl, you know damn well she wants Ace. It's just very surface level, and he was kind of just there to be there. He didn't even have chemistry with Jaden. I felt like Jaden had more chemistry with Nick, so that's why I was surprised she chose Austin over Nick. I don't know, that's just me though. That's how I read into it. One, this isn't anything new. Like, people go even worse sexually, especially in the UK seasons. Like, y'all haven't seen nothing. You'll see like 2 people going back to back, beds next to each other type shit. Like, you might as well all be like in an orgy at that point. If you're that close to having sex, knowing you're both having sex with your couple. I just find that so weird. That's the whole point of hideaways. Keep that shit private. Me personally, if I was there, I truly would have said something. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to sleep. We only get like 2 hours of sleep anyway, so it seems. I'm not trying to hear shit. I'm not trying to smell shit. I don't even want to think about y'all having sex. That stuff's just weird to me. People being like, oh, like, you know, I kind of just forget I'm being recorded. Like, girl, I wouldn't. Like, you're on a reality TV show. How can you not, like, think that in the back of your head? I feel like if they had movie night this season, it would have eye-opened a lot of people in their friendships and even couples. Like, things that they should know that they didn't get to hear or see. I'm sure resurfacing now that they're outside of the villa. They're still experiencing their movie night, just not in the villa. For anyone who doesn't know what movie night is for Love Island, if this is your first season and they didn't put it, pretty much they just get a big screen. They have all the Islanders sit down and watch a bunch of clips from conversations that they have of other people that clearly weren't there. That nothing got brought to their attention or discussed about. I think that was very much needed this season. I did want to talk about Andrena. First off, finest bombshell to ever step foot on Love Island. They can't handle that. They can't handle all that. But she was messy. I don't know why we're playing pretend. We full on saw it. Like, you were confiding with Huda. I think Amaya was there after the mailbox challenge with like Shelly and Huda's situation from the like heart rate challenge. You know, she's being there and was just like, oh, just go talk to her. And then they do their thing. She immediately walks up to Shelly, Olandria, Iris, Sierra, kind of like gassing it up and like being messy and twisting her words. It's like, you're telling her to go talk to her, but now you're kind of like speaking for Huda to Shelly. Like, that rubbed me off the wrong way. I'm sorry. Like, I know she bad as hell. Same thing with Sierra's facial expressions. If I saw that while I'm standing up at the mailbox challenge and I saw her making those faces, I'm sorry, this isn't Love Island no more. This is Bad Girls Club. Ew. I didn't like that. Regardless of how we feel about Sierra because of everything resurfacing and why she got kicked off, she's beautiful and her style is beautiful. I'm like, okay, girl, like, where you shop at? All the women were beautiful in the show. Huda and Chris's conversation about the kissing and sex thing. You're willing to have sex with me, or like get to that point, because she claims that like he barely put it in, so like they like barely had sex. In the Call Her Daddy podcast, I think it was Amaya or somebody told Huda, if the roles were reversed, pretty much like you wouldn't fuck with that. Like, that wouldn't be cool. So it's like, just again, they gotta put each other in each other's shoes and perspectives instead of just only thinking about theirs. Trying to get to know someone, or if you're in a relationship, you always consider their feelings and consider their standpoints and views on things, and be willing to put yourself in that perspective and not just only yours. Because if not, you don't grow and you don't progress. I don't fully agree with Huda on that. Even if he barely put it in, like, y'all still were kind of like getting to that point. I do also understand not wanting to make the same mistakes with Jeremiah with him. Elon and Nick slick back. He even talked about this on his live, I think. But pretty much people were realizing that Elon like did like a slick back look, and literally the next episode Nick did one. Mind you, he never did anything with his hair like that. He all of a sudden started. It's, you know, it's okay if you want to get inspiration and help each other out with hair. Because I'm sure the girlies did that with each other. But it's like, it was just so funny with timing. Like, it literally, I kid you not, was the next episode that Elon did a slick back. So it's like, you jealous? Nick claimed on his live on TikTok that, like, he didn't just want to do a slick back. So I'm like, okay. Like, that's what he's saying, but... Speaking of Chris and Huda, I saw videos resurfacing that Chris was apparently, like, in Jubilee, like, dating show YouTube videos. So I'm like, oh, this is not his first rodeo for, like, a dating type of show. Oh! I want to talk about how pretty much everyone this season kind of knew of each other at least, which I found so strange, and I kind of hate that. Hot take, although I love the people being chosen, even if they were influencers, don't get me wrong, but I do think it would make it more genuine if the people being casted weren't influencers. They all somehow knew of each other. Like, Shelly and Ace made it known on the show that, like, they met at a club. You know, he DM'd her or whatever, but, like, they've been liking and commenting on each other's stuff afterwards. So it's like there's familiarity and not just, like, a one-time encounter. I guess Nick and Jeremiah knew of each other because they worked at, like, the same place once upon a time, I guess. Shelly and Amaya knew of each other because I guess they had same photographer they were working with shoots. So they obviously saw each other's stuff online. And Ace knew of Huda since 2023 because he was in her likes in 2023, which he unliked those pictures when they got out of the villa. Which I found so funny because I'm like, was that Shelly's doing or your doing? Sierra is friends with people who were on previous Love Island season. I'm thinking that's how they got connected. She full on had a Love Island themed birthday party. It just seems like you're in it for, like, views and followers and money and not, like, actual love. I think that's why it, like, made people feel weird when they saw that. This season was very much more Friend Island and Drama Island than it was Love Island. My girl, my papaya, I love her metaphors. I just love her. She is just so real, and I see a lot of me in her with how affectionate and emotional she is. 100% love and appreciate that she's her true self with that, and never lets anyone dim her light because of it. Even if she gets sad in the moment, she still stays how she is, and as she should. There's a lot more, but I'm like, y'all, this is a lot. We all collectively need to go to therapy with how much we need to talk about and debrief about this show. Let's get into the TikToks first, and then we'll get into the reactions. Let's start with the girls first because they're all beautiful, and let's not forget that. They're so beautiful, so gorgeous. I just had to top it off with that because all the girls trying to pin the girls against each other. I'm sorry, but like Nick's eyebrow, they were so shady around her. The men too.
A few moments later.
Cause girl, why are you sobbing that hard like he's going off to war? Just to get all cuddled up with Pepe that quickly.
When they see me, they salute to have a.
Like, girl, you don't need the eyeliner. She is beautiful. I mean, with eyeliner too she is, but I don't think we saw her once without her eyeliner, and I'm like, girl, okay, face card.
I told you that my ideal date would be a picnic. It was more like a dream that I never knew would happen.
Oh, and here we are. Are you saying I'm your dream girl? Basically.
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. No, because girl, why you say that to me?
I'm feeling sadness, and I'm also feeling a huge weight of gratitude. The girls decided.
I love the way she pronounces certain words. I'm no baby girl.
It's like I cook.
Because one, he did kiss her on like the blind kissing of other islanders, but two, I think that's when him liking his post were resurfacing, so that's why people were making this. That woman also was too fine to be on this show, and a lot of people were talking about her yellow tooth, but she said in an interview it's because of getting like gems on her teeth. Girl, you still pretty. It's fine if you got a gold tooth. Like, you still bad as fuck.
Rip me out the plastic, I've been acting brand new. Bitches acting like they running shit they really ran through.
I'm sorry. What the fuck was that? That's some like sleep paralysis shit I'd see. Whether you like him or not, that shit had me dying when I first saw that. I'm like, bro broke out of them handcuffs.
Just wish I had more of a juicy ass to make that thing bounce. But for having a little tight ass, I think I did pretty good. I just wish I had more.
Ew! Ew! Gave me an ick because what? Austin and Taylor are cornballs, and not intentionally. This one is so cute and so accurate. Let me pause it because I don't want to get copyright, but like, these are so accurate, it's not even funny. Like, stop it. So accurate. This is outside of the villa, but it's just like, if y'all haven't seen Ace's live stream clips of his like dancing show or whatever.
Don't move! Stay still!
No, nah. Move nahi karna, step.
Right. What did you just say? You're not too cool with them damn glasses. Take the glasses off. Take the glasses off. What the hell is your freaky ass doing over there, Johnny? What is you doing? All right. Yeah, no. What the hell is going on up in here? All right. I need y'all all to scrunch your face up like, yeah. I need y'all all to say Tupac. Tupac. Come on, let me hear you say it. They like Ace in the booth. He kind of.
I have to show some of my papaya edits, okay? Y'all thought I wasn't gonna show them? Oh, let's get into it.
She scares me.
So, girl, you can have him. Run off to the sunset together.
Right.
Out individual.
Ooh, she looks so fine in that clip.
Ain't get no coochie out this
What?
No.
She said she be tricking.
If I like you. Not with everybody. Come on now. Come on now.
The paneling of Jeremiah and Austin is... Austin, you know what's legal? Ace was a real one to help Taylor set that whole little thing up for Clark.
Has told the most people that they love them. I'm trying to make it 51.
I'm not the perfect age too, 25, you know, that's the age where your frontal lobe fully develops.
Yeah, I still think mine's still developing, but yeah.
Yeah, we know.
You can sing. I definitely do.
Baby, I'm happy.
Is this Bella? Sleeping, I don't know what the fuck I was hearing, so I covered my head.
Why are you cursing around the baby?
I was like, what's going on? I got PTSD from this shit.
The kids are very calm around me. Your mama's gonna kill me, please.
It's okay. Your mother's a crybaby too. I cry all the time.
Me.
Hilton.
Isn't that so cute?
So cute. This is our daughter, Hilton. She's a bougie girl.
Yeah, she's a very bougie girl.
Oh, what? It's a boy. Oh my gosh, that's a boy.
Wait a damn minute.
I'm not ready for that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so
you're
it's
still
like,
trying to digest her having a kid. Like, it's more than just Huda. Huda's a package, you know?
wait, she has a kid?
Oh, shit.
Y'all know damn way.
Being very careful with who I talk to and truly investing time into a person is because I'm a mother.
Boom.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? It takes working years to match.
I love this because you can tell Charlie was so dead ass when he said, "What the fuck?"
I'm a mommy.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
I never said I was perfect. I never said I didn't have any flaws.
Okay, that's fine. We'll talk, babe. Oh, sir.
What the fuck?
Like, we had like the best connection in here.
Being dominant.
Huh?
You like being dominant. I can tell you like being dominant.
No, I think I have to lead your ass to help you.
No. You like being dominant.
I do, but I have to help you.
So you were just trying to be dominant, and I'm not someone who likes to be dominated. It was like combative.
Me from laughing is smudging my eyeliner. I think those were the videos, but before I end this, let's get into some of my favorite reaction pictures. Cause girl, why are you crying with that picture on your pillow, but then getting all freaky with Pepe? This is scary. I'm trying to see which one looks the best. I don't like any of them. What's Shelly gonna see when they make her choose between Ace and Chris? And she still chose her Short King, so I'm sorry, but why is that so zesty? Why did they make my boy that small? They're like, what do you mean made him? That's how he looks, right? Have you guys seen people making all of them bald? Ugh. Is this AI? Honestly, Ariana, me too. That's my look with half of the season. Nah. Goofy ass. Oh my god. Hurricane Huda in the villa. I'm trying to remember why she made that face in the challenge. That's literally me recording my friends any chance I get when we're together. This damn Jeremiah and Austin clip is so funny. Nick's eyebrow raise. No, cause Sierra... Girl, what was that? Ace's little meat rider is crazy. Because you know how originally his shirt said, Mommy's little meatball? Clark it! Her makeup eats. Especially the eyeliner. Sharp. So messed up. Men be lying. Well, she's not wrong. His pupils with Sierra, his pupils with Alandria. That's crazy that people actually clocked that. And that's real too. I can't. Not them using Daisy and Paul's iconic picture. Y'all messy for that. Talking about Amy. One thing about Hannah, she's definitely chronically online. Like, she knew all the stuff going on in TikTok. Overall, though, it was entertaining for a reality TV. Like, you gotta have drama, you gotta have messiness going on, and they very much did. Also, I hope you guys really liked this outfit. I tried to be very fitting. I didn't feel like going crazy with my makeup, but I think the flower makes up for it. I think that's everything that I got for you guys today. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around and hearing what people had to say about Love Island. By all means, also comment down below your hot takes and opinions, or which ones you agree with or disagree with in this video that were shown. There's definitely a lot more to be discussed, but I'm just gonna keep it at that. At some point, we do need to close the chapter. I am excited for this reunion. So at least we have that to look forward to really see what the beef is, what the friendships are like now that they're outside the villa. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this juicy little video for you guys. I hope you guys look forward to seeing more content by me, yours truly. Definitely follow my TikTok along with all my other social medias that are always in the description down below of all my videos. Remember to be easy on yourselves and stay positive. Other than that, you guys will see me very, very soon. Bye! Can I have a chat with you? Are you taking a piss? We're not closed off, so I don't know what the issue is, truly. He's just kind of acting like a baby.